This is a review of Project 3 in Chapter 3 of Level 1 of Word. The first thing that you're told to do is to create this heading here, and I typed workshops, bolded and centered it. Then I'm going to hit my enter key and turn my alignment back to align left. Okay, after that we're going to set up some tabs here. So the first thing that you need to do is to make sure that you can see your ruler here. So if you cannot see it, that means that you need to turn it on, and you can go into View and click on Ruler, make sure that checkbox is there, and then you'll be ready to go. Also, please remember that this Show Hide button lets you see characters in the background, but they never print. Occasionally I have some people looking over my shoulder and they'll say, "What is that mark?" And I have to say, it does not print. You can turn it off with this button here and then turn it back on. And we're going to leave it on for now so that we can see what we're doing. Now what we're going to do is set 3 tabs in this first section. We're going to do it in this part of the lesson on the ruler. So if you can see way over here, there is a button here that will show the different tab alignments. The first tab that we're going to set is a left tab at the 0.5 inch mark. So notice that you have 1 inch of margin over here and over here, and then 0.5 is going to be half an inch, so that's right here, and we're already set at the left. If you point at this little button and don't click, you're going to see which type of tab is selected. So we're going to click that there at the 0.5, and then we're going to change the alignment to center on the selection button right here. So I'm going to click again, and then that's your mark for center, and it says center tab, and we're going to put that at the 3.25 inch marker, which is between 3 and 3.5. And then the third one is a right tab. So there you see that right there, and that's going to be on the 6 inch mark. So there we go right there. Okay, so that sets you up for the next bit of information that you're going to hit tab, start out with title, it's still on bold, price, and then date. And then I'm going to turn off the bold. Remember, you can click on the B, you'll get this little toolbar, mini toolbar here that you could use, or you could hit Control B on your keyboard and it's going to take that off. So I'm going to hit enter and then tab, quality management, tab 240, tab Friday, February 6th, and then shift enter takes you to the line directly below with no line spacing in between. So again, we're going through that same process for all of the information. And you have a bunch of other information that you're going to input that is on figure 3.5 on page 85. Shift enter, tab, streamlining production. Okay, so you should get the idea about that. I'm going to let you go for just a second, and when I come back I'll have the rest of that complete. So what you'll notice here is that you can see all of these little markers. The show hide feature is on, so we can see all this background symbols that show what we've done. So when you see the arrow, that means that you have hit the tab key. Over here at the end, that little crooked arrow means that you have hit shift and return, and that makes things look nice and clean. Alright, let's go to the second part here. And so we're going to move the tabs now. And what you can do is you can move tabs around after you've created them. So what we're told to do is to move this left tab here into the 1 inch mark. And the first thing that you want to do before you do that is to select the information that is below here. I don't know if your textbook tells you to do that, but that's often the best way to do it. And we're going to move this into 1, and then we're going to move this one over here to the 5.5. So if you saw that, I was able to drag this tab marker in and this tab marker in, and the idea here is that you don't have to keep those tabs exactly where you had them originally. You can move them around a little bit. Okay, so let's move on to the next part of the assignment. In this one, we're going to set left tabs and a bar tab using the tabs dialog box, and that's another way that you can set tabs. It is more precise actually once you get used to it rather than using the ruler. Either way works, but they both have their own positives and their own negatives actually. Go down below the rest of this information, okay, a couple of times, and then we're going to bold and center training dates. If you ever have a misspelling in a fully capitalized word or words, Word does not pick it up, so you have to double check those capitalized words yourself. You have to eyeball them and make sure that they are correct. So now we're going to go into the paragraph dialog box launcher, and down here you see tabs. Notice that we already have the tabs set for the stuff up above. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to clear all the tabs. This does not clear them from the information above. It will only start from this heading down. So let me go ahead and hit enter here, and I'm going to go back to the align left, paragraph, tabs, and now I have no tabs in there, but that's from the point that I started at, not from anything that's prior to that. Okay, so left is the default here. We're going to type in 1.75 and then click set, and then we're going to type our next one, 4, and then set, and then 3.25 on this one. Notice that you're going to use the bar option, and then click set, and then click OK. And now when you look up here, what you see is a left align, a bar align, and then another left align. Okay, so at this point you're going to type a bunch of text that's on page 88, and let's see how that looks. So I'm going to hit tab to go to my first bit of information, Control B to take that off. So here we go, January 6, and then tab, and notice it's got that bar tab in the middle for me. I'm going to hit shift enter and then tab, and notice that that bar in the middle is growing. With each line that I type in, the bar in the middle is growing, if you can see that. And now you get the idea. That's really a nice feature to have in Word, to have that bar in the middle, because it separates one line or one column of information from another. Okay, again on this, when you're finished with this section of tabbing that you've done, then you need to go in and clear those tabs so you're not going to have those same tab settings for the rest of your document. So you go into the paragraph dialog box, tabs, clear all, okay, and now they're gone. Also, what you're told to do is to remove the 8 points of spacing after the last entry, the page layout tab, and then here you see that there's 8 points after the line spacing, or the paragraph spacing rather, so we're going to take that off. Whoops. Okay, so now it's gone, yay. Alright, last bit of information is to set a left tab and a right tab with dot leaders, which makes documents look really nice. I'm just glancing at the example at the top of page 89, and what I can see right away from that is that, of course, we're going to do our title for this little section. And bold it. And then turn off the bold. Control B, and then I'm just going to hit enter. And now let me set some more tabs. So on this one, we're going to set, it looks like a left tab at 1 inch, and it looks like a right dot leader at 5.5 inches. Go back into paragraph, tabs. At the left, we've got a 1 inch tab at the left. Okay, so I've got 1 inch at the left, and now I want to do another one, and this is going to be 5.5 inches right, and then you have these options for different dot leaders. We're going to choose this one right here, and I'm going to say OK, and then I'm going to change this back to the left align and start typing. Computers, notice that it'll fix that capitalization for me. Tab, and look at all those nice dots. Okay, and then graphics, software, and then you have the rest of the stuff. Okay, I hope that gives you a better feel for creating these tabs. It makes things look nice and neat. Oops, software. It makes things look nice and lined up, especially when you get to double-digit numbers here. Now they're lined up to the right side, which is typical for numbers. We usually like that because that's the way we add. Okay, I hope this helps. And if you had made some errors in this, I would really like for you to go back and correct those errors so that you can understand how to do this, because you're going to want to know to do it for some future projects that you do, not only in Word but in some of your other classes. Okay, talk to you later.